In this situation, we know we're dealing with two lines because lines are situations where x and y are to the first power. So even though this looks really complicated, we have to be 100% certain that these are lines we're dealing with. Now, the next thing to notice is that we're being told about the number of solutions for two lines. And the number of solutions for two lines is a reference to the idea that two lines can hit once, they can hit never, or they can hit all the time if it turns out that the two lines actually were kind of the same line. And if they hit once, it's because the slopes are different. The y-intercepts can be the same or different. It doesn't matter for that one. But if they hit never, it means the slopes are the same and the y-intercepts have to be different. And if they hit all the time, it's because the slopes and the y-intercepts are both the same. Everything is the same. We basically have two lines here that are basically the same line. We have the first one, and then when we go to graph the second one, we see it's in the same exact spot. So the fact that we're being told that there's no solution here is a really big deal. It means that for our two lines, they are parallel lines that will therefore have the same slope and different y-intercepts. So in order to deal with anything related to this, you need your lines in the y equals mx plus b format. So let's go ahead and start doing that. For the top equation, the sharpest way to clean it up is by multiplying by the LCM, the least common multiple, which is 12. And the LCM, the least common multiple of 2, 4, and 3 being 12, what that's going to do is it's going to cancel out all your unwanted denominators. So you can do this on your calculator or in your head, 12 times 3 over 2. In my mind, I'm thinking about how 12 and 2 cancel, giving you 6 and 1, and 6 times 3 is 18. So that one's going to give you 18. Now multiplying into this part, we have 12 times negative 1/4. In my mind, I'm thinking about how 12 and 4 cancel to 3 and 1, giving you a 3 on the outside, and negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. So there, we're going to get negative 3x. And then here, we've got 12 times 2/3. So I'm thinking about how you have a 12 on the top, a 3 on the bottom, which is like having 4 and 1. And in my mind, 4 times 2 is 8. So there, we're going to replace that all with an 8. And now over here on this part, 12 times negative 3 over 2, 12 on the top, 2 on the bottom, would simplify to a 6 on the top and a 1 on the bottom. So negative 3 times 6 is negative 18. And that would all simplify to negative 18y. So now we've got, well, there was a y here as well. So when we simplified that one, it was 18 with a y. Okay, so now combining our like terms, we've got plus 18y and plus 18y. And we can bring the x to the other side, plus 3x. Zoom out a little bit. And plus 3x right here. So when the dust settles, we will have 36y equals 3x plus 8. Now we're going to get y by itself by dividing by 36. And we've got y equals 1/12 times x plus 8 over 36. If you divide by 4, you'll get 2 over 9. So that's the equation of the top line. And now, working on this one here, we can think what's the least common multiple of 2? So it's just 2. That's nice and easy. So we'll multiply by 2 right there. And now distributing, here you have 2 over 2, which is just x. So let's put that one over here. x, and then 2 times 3 over 2, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom cancels, leaving you with 3. So plus 3. 2 times py, we can just write 2py, and 2 times 9 over 2, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, leaves you with 9. So now we can take away 9 from both sides. We'll have 2py equals x minus 6 on this side. Just kind of flip it around. Now we can make that a little neater. Now we can divide by 2p, and the reason is because we're trying to get y by itself. So now we've got y equals x over 2p. Now it's advantageous to write that instead of x over 2p, it's equivalent to saying 1 over 2p times x minus 3 over p. Now that 1 over 2p times x, that format is useful because it's telling us that the slope is the thing in front of the x. And here the slope is the thing in front of the x. And we said from the beginning, if there's no solution, it means the slopes are equal. And so if we go ahead and set that up, the slopes being equal, we can write 1/12 is equal to 1 over 2p. And now we can just cross multiply this. 12 times 1 equals 1 times 2p. So 12 equals 2p. And then just divide by 2 to get your answer, and p equals 6.